So I got some things on my mind this morning. These things have to do and relate to success. I feel like success in life is one of those things that we all want to achieve, we all want to attain, we all want to accomplish. It's the thing that when you're born in this world, you have the ability to do, you have the capability to achieve, and the people that bring you into this world, generally, not in all cases, not all the time, but generally, they want you to have a certain level of success. I know for my child, when I brought her into this world, I'm thinking like, oh, long term, what do I want for her that I didn't have growing up? What will make life easier for her to be able to attain success that I had to struggle to find? And I'm still struggling to find. I haven't reached the level of success that I want to reach. I've improved over the years, from when I was in my early adulthood years to me as a fully formed adult now. Like, I've definitely improved and evolved and gotten better in areas. Now, with that same amount of time, I have stagnated on some level as well over the past few years specifically. But with that being said, it's like, what are the keys to success? What are the keys? Like Khaled say, you get the keys. What are the keys to success? And a lot of times we're looking for like this secret sauce. We're looking for what we deem to be the thing that's going to take us to the next level, the thing that's going to bring us over the hump, the thing that's going to like finally free us of all the shackles that we've been held to, like finally break us free of the struggle that we've been going through for years among years. And the reality is, yeah, there'll be strategies, there'll be certain things that you find along the way that'll help you over another person, that gives you an edge or moat simply because, you know, you speak better than someone else or whatever. Like, you have an entertainment value with you that comes with you that someone else doesn't have or whatever. Like, there's certain things that you're going to always have that will help you in areas that won't help others. But in general, there is no secret sauce. Like, we're always looking for this. And I know for myself, you know, I've struggled in looking for that as well. It's like, you know, you kind of want something to happen faster than you want it to happen expediently. Like, you want to expedite the process. And the reality is, there is no shortcut. Like, I've tried shortcutting the process of success so many times, and it just doesn't happen. And I always end up failing, having to reevaluate what I'm doing, my process. And then in the end, it always goes back to not taking shortcuts, being consistent. That's really the answer. That's the answer to all of your problems right there. Consistency, being consistent. Can you show up? How often are you going to show up? Are you just going to show up today, tomorrow, 8 days from now, a month from then? Then maybe you'll be like, you know what, I can't even do it. And then you don't show up again for another year. That's inconsistent. You can't build any level of success with inconsistencies like that. And that's just the reality of it. Like, I don't care who you are, if you aren't consistent in showing up on a day-to-day basis, then you won't win. You won't succeed. You won't see that level of success that you're looking to attain. You just won't. And that is the reality. I'm not trying to be preachy or nothing like that. And I don't want it to come off as that. Like, this is just me passionately speaking about something that I was thinking about this morning. And I thought about it because I'm in my personal life, like, I'm struggling with certain things. And one of the things that I'm looking to achieve success in is this YouTube thing. YouTube is something that provides an opportunity for anyone to get on here, start speaking their mind, giving their opinions about whatever they want to, showing their interest, showing their skill set, whatever skills they have, and to build an audience based off of that. And then once you have that audience, you could then begin to monetize that audience. And once you are monetizing that audience, then obviously you can make a living off of that. So why would you not want to take advantage of an opportunity that's available to us like that? Like, we all have that at our hands, at our fingertips right now. We have that at our fingertips. And so that's something that I've thought about years ago and wanting to do. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't show up. I didn't have consistency. I dabbled in it back in 2013, 2014. I dabbled in YouTube. I made videos. I dabbled in it in 2016, 2017. I had a YouTube channel, driving Lyft and Uber, and I was showing my experiences as a driver picking up passengers, like actually recording the rides. Made edits to them and so on and so forth, would showcase different passengers and so on and so, all of that. And it was entertaining to do. It was fun. Like, the editing process was long and tedious and all of that. And that's kind of what really caused me to stop, is just I got tired of editing. But the reality is I wanted to do that. I should have continued to do that. And I would have had success had I been consistent. And there's so many things in my life, if I was to go back in time, where it's like, you know what? I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. I tried this, I dabbled in that. But if I would have just stayed consistent with one of those, I don't care which one it was, any of them, I could have had success. I would have had success. I would have succeeded had I taken the time to actually be consistent day in and day out. Focus in on what I was doing and actually be consistent. And that's where we fail. That's where a lot of us fail. And we are always looking for that secret sauce. We're always looking for someone to provide us with information to get us over the hump. And all the information you need to know is right there. It's about consistency. Just keep showing up. That's all you need to do. Just keep showing up. Sometimes you ain't gonna feel like it. You ain't gonna want to get up. You ain't gonna want to show up. But if you want to see that long-term success that you've been dreaming of for so long, you gotta show up. You gotta be present. You gotta put in the work on a consistent day in and day out basis. And that doesn't mean that you're gonna be 100% every single time. You're not gonna always give your all. That's just unrealistic. Sometimes you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be drained. All of that. But at the end of the day, you have to put in some, you gotta show up and put in some effort. You gotta be able to put in at least 30%, 40% this day. You might only be able to give 10% one day. But you gotta be consistent. You gotta keep showing up. You gotta keep showing up. And this isn't, for me, this is really a mental note. This is a diary for myself, and something to keep in mind for myself. Like, cause I struggle with this. This has been a struggle that I've dealt with for years. Like, I started this entrepreneurial journey and wanting to live a life on my own terms at 19 years old. 19. I'm 37 right now. I'm 37. Like, that's almost 20 years ago. 19. And what did I start at 19? And really 18. Because I had a t-shirt business, me and a friend, called First Impressions, back when I was 18. That didn't last long, whatever. Okay, cool. But then from there, I started a business called Dr. Chickens at 19, me and a friend. And we had this big idea, you know, this is before food trucks was even a thing. So we were talking about having a food truck as a way to start it. We rented out of the house initially. So rented out of the house for strictly delivery because it's out of the house. No one knows we're doing it out of the house, but whatever. We went around to all the different barbershops in the neighborhood, and that's how we started. And the reason we did that is because my dad's a barber, and we knew that when they're in the shop, and when hairstylists are also in the shop and they're working on hair, they get so busy and overwhelmed they don't have time to go out and get food. So they order food for delivery all the time. Or at least then they did, and I'm sure they still do. And knowing that, we're like, okay, well, we're just gonna market to get off the ground, we're gonna go and market directly to barbershops and hair salons, knowing that these people don't leave their environment when it's time to eat, but they got to eat. And so we'll go and give free taste tests of our free samples of our food to them, hand out flyers with our phone number and a way to contact us, let them know when we're opening up for business, and then when that time comes, we'll get phone calls. And that's exactly what happened. We spent the weekend. We had wrote down we had a route and wrote down all the shops and all the salons in the area. We went to all of them the day before, actually. Spoke to the owner, just made sure it was okay to come in with free samples of our food, which was chicken. And all of them say yeah. They were cool with that. Okay, yeah, free food, why not? So we go in that following day and we hit up all the shops and we gave free chicken to all the customers and the employees of these barbershops. And we handed out flyers with our name, our logo, our menu, our food menu, and our phone number on it. And we let them know, hey, we're opening on Monday for business or whatever. Monday came around, we started getting phone calls. And it was an enjoyable thing to do and to start off, for sure. I had a lot of fun. I was 19. We didn't necessarily know what we were doing. As far as our pricing and all of that stuff, we were super young. But it was a great experience, and I learned a lot from it. From there, I went on to doing other things. I was really big into music, so I made a lot of music. I made beats. And then I formed a group with some friends, and we started making music. The music was actually pretty solid. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and front. Like, we actually were decent. Like, I think we could have been successful at that as well. I could have been successful at Dr. Chicken's. I could have been successful at the t-shirt business. Could have been successful in music. I left music, or stopped doing music, and I went into online marketing and network marketing. Could have been successful in that if I stayed the course and been consistent and all of that stuff. I went from that to drop shipping online, and I did some drop shipping on eBay. Went from there to opening an Amazon store. Like, I did a lot of different things in the pursuit of being able to own my own business, have my time, and not have to report to anyone and have this 9-to-5 or any of that nature. And then be able to build passive income. I tried a lot of different things, but in trying those things, I didn't commit to anything. I didn't fully commit, because if I had fully committed, then rain, sleet, snow, failure, whatever, like, I'm gonna keep pushing through. And I'm gonna do what I need to do in order to see it through all the way to the end and see the success that I say that I want. And so, are you one of those people? Are you in that loop, that feedback loop of like trying something, stopping, trying something else, then stopping, then trying something again and stopping, and then doing something different and stopping, and then you keep on going back and forth, and it's just like a cycle. Are you in? If you're in that cycle, then what you need to do is just kind of reevaluate what you really want out of life. What are you passionate about? And sometimes, people say it's great to, or you should chase your passion. It's not always necessarily the case. You chase what works best for you. What is in your best interest. Sometimes it's something that you're passionate about. Other times it's not. Because sometimes our passions don't really make a whole lot of money. And that's just the reality. Sometimes you got to go into something that does make a lot of money. And you may not necessarily be passionate about it, but you can start to enjoy it, especially once you start seeing that money rolling in. Once that money's coming in, that can change the way that you view it. Not to say that you should be just doing things for the money. Hopefully there's something you get out of it in return outside of just a monetary value. Hopefully. But sometimes not. So all of this is to say, just be consistent. Reevaluate what you're doing. Figure out exactly what you want to do. Make that decision. Make that commitment. Stick to it. And be consistent. Put in the effort every day. Plan if you got a plan. What you like when it comes to this video thing. A lot of people want to do YouTube, but they just can't be consistent. It's just a matter of showing up. Because whether it's YouTube, whether it's an Amazon business, or doing drop shipping online, or selling any e-product or digital product or whatever, or doing a physical brick and mortar business, and you're opening a restaurant, or you have art to sell, or whatever it is. The key to your success is staying consistent. Period. That's it. Period. Along the way, again, like I said earlier, along the way, you'll find things that work for you. You'll find the best way in which to go about doing certain things and having a strategy and so on and so forth. But you can't even get to that point if you don't first stay consistent. Be committed to the process. Don't be so worried about the outcome, especially in the beginning, because in the beginning, you're not going to have much of an outcome. The outcome comes after you've put in the work. So you put in the work and then you receive the outcome. And I think a lot of that just comes with being impatient, as far as like us wanting to have this outcome. We want to have it immediately. It's instant gratification, I think just society today has forced us to be people who really desire and need for this instant gratification, because everything is so instant and all about convenience today. Like, you can pick up your phone and order food that comes to you immediately, for the most part. You don't have to get up. You can order groceries and have that delivered to you. You can do everything to make life a little more convenient and get it instantly, versus like in the past, pre-internet days, where you had to go out and exert some energy in order to actually get something done, and it would take time. It wasn't as instant. You had to put in work, and today you don't have to necessarily put in the same level of work when it comes to certain things. But when it comes to building success, building a business, building a brand, or any of that stuff, you always got to maintain a certain level of work ethic. You always got to put in the work. You always got to be consistent, and that's never going to change. You can find tools to help make the process easier, AI, things of that nature, DeepSeek, Chat GPT, whatever you want to use. But at the end of the day, you still have to put in the work. Even that is putting in the work. You put in the work to educate yourself, to know that this tool will help streamline the process. You still put in the work. And then you just use something that would help you work smarter and not harder. So that is what I got to talk about for today. That was on my mind, and it was something that I just wanted to, release to the world, put out there. I didn't really have anything else in mind that I wanted to actually speak about today. It was just like, okay, you know what? I don't have any planned scripted video or anything, so let me just go on ahead and record this video and put it out there, because this is what's on my mind. Off the top of the dome, whatever, is just how I'm feeling in the moment. So that's that. I hope y'all like this video. I hope y'all actually got some value from this video and from this content. And if you did, comment under the video. I'd appreciate it. Like the video also, and subscribe if you can. I'd appreciate that as well. And I will see y'all on my next one. Peace.